Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and a relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. Today, I want to talk about 10 powerful signs your ex misses you. Missing you is the first step to getting back together because obviously if someone doesn't miss you, then why would they want to get back together? The more signs, the better. If there's only one or two signs that you're seeing, especially if they're weeks and months apart, meaning that you see a sign and then you don't see another sign for another month or so, then that means that they were missing you at that moment. Something reminded them of you, but then they carried on. So they temporarily missed you, but not enough to get back with you. But the more signs you see, the better. But before I do that, I want to remind you to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And while you're at it, remember to tap the bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video is up. All right, let's get started. These are in no particular order, as usual. So the first one is that they block and unblock you on social media, especially if they do it several times. They block you, then they unblock you. They block you, then they unblock you. And you're like, what is going on? What could be going on is that they see you getting on with your life and they don't want to see you having too much fun. They don't want to see you getting on with your life because they thought you were going to miss them and maybe reach out to them, even though, yes, they broke up with you. And so they block you. But then they start to miss you, they get curious, and they unblock you. But then they see you having fun and they block you. So that's the first sign. The second sign, speaking of social media, is that they watch your stories on Facebook or Instagram and even Snapchat. But this is tricky because they could just be curious. It doesn't mean that they want to get back together, because unfortunately I've seen this happen often where an ex will watch the stories, but then even if you reach out to them, they don't want to get back together. So keep that in mind. This could go either way, but it's still a good sign. It's better than them not watching your stories. The third one is if they call you or text you when they've been drinking. Now, it's been said that the sober mind speaks. I messed that up. This is why I can never be a comedian. I would mess up the punchline. Okay, let's try this again. It's been said, the drunk mind speaks the sober heart. There you go. And so if they're able to control themselves most of the time, but then they drink, their true feelings come out and they call you, then that's a good sign, or they text you, that they do miss you. Number 4 is they show up where you are, especially if it's not a place that they would normally go to, or if it's out of the way for them, or if they live on the other side of town. It's not a coincidence, like, oh, look who's here. They are trying to see you, even if they act like a coincidence, like, oh, I didn't know you were here, besides the fact that I've been following you for the last 2 days. Number 5, they make excuses to contact you. They need a favor, they ask a question that they could easily find out the answer to somewhere else, like Google or anyone else. So if they seem to be making some weird excuses for contacting you, it's a good chance that they miss you. I had one client and he shared a dog with the ex, and so she would text to find out how the dog was. And I told him not to answer after a while, and then she kept texting, I just want to make sure the dog's okay. I just want to make sure the dog's okay. It's like, yeah, don't worry, the dog's okay. The next one, they are wearing things that you got them. So a dress, a shirt, a tie, a piece of jewelry. That means that they didn't throw it away or donate it. Someone that's done with you, they're probably not going to be wearing things that you gave them because they're going to have negative associations with those things. So they will be less likely to wear them. However, if they miss you, then wearing something that you gave them makes them feel closer to you. Aww. The next one is that they want to hang out. That's pretty clear. They want to see you. They want to hang out. But just make sure that they're not putting you in the friend zone, that they want to see you as a romantic partner, not as a friend. Number 8, they touch you when they see you. I'm talking non-sexually, especially if your ex is a woman, because women, we don't want to touch anyone unless we're attracted to them. So if your ex wants to touch you, then it's a good chance that they miss you. Number 9, again, if you're in person, if they're talking about memories, if you had a great relationship before the issues started that led to the breakup, then obviously you're going to have a lot of great memories, or I hope you have a lot of great memories. And so if they were done with you, they would be trying to bury those memories. They wouldn't be bringing them up. So that's another good sign that they miss you. I remember one time I got together with an ex, and he talked about the last date we had, one of the last dates where we went to a disco, and it's like, oh, you looked great, we had so much fun, la 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 la. But I was done with him. I was like, yeah, whatever. And finally, number 10, they tell you they miss you. Hey, but it could also be manipulative. That is the problem. If someone sends you an I miss you text as a first text when they've broken up with you, it may or may not be true. They may really miss you, or they may be saying it as a manipulation to get you to answer. So what can you do? Well, you know your ex better than you. If you think it might be a manipulation, then don't answer. If you're not sure, then you can answer with, really? With a bunch of question marks, like, really? Like, why are you missing me when you broke up with me? So then you want to see their response. If they offer an explanation, it sounds sincere, then they're probably being real. But if they're being manipulative, then they might just say, yes, really. And so you can decide how to take it from there. So obviously there are a lot more signs than these. I can't keep the video going on forever as much as I would like to. So why don't you share below some signs that you've seen from an ex who missed you, and if we can help out other people who might be wondering if their ex misses them or not. And so if you're going through a breakup, I know that it's painful and you want to reach out to them, but it's not a good idea most of the time. So instead, why don't you contact me about a private coaching session so I can help you get your ex back? And you can reach me at theartoflove.net. If you're listening on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe and share. If you're listening on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.